Well, sorry about the technical difficulties there. I guess we should have tried that intro out before we pressed the little button. But that was a late edition, so...
All right, so here we are. Welcome to Pie in the Sky. Pie in the Sky is brought to you by the Slocan Lake Arts Council, and it is an initiative created by the Arts Council during the times of COVID to introduce and keep artists feeling supported and known during a time when live performances and those sorts of things are not as available as they once were. This isn't a forever thing, but it's certainly an opportunity for us to be able to share in a totally different kind of a way. So these videos are recorded in a live way and then put together afterwards to be able to share with you tonight for the first time.
Well, it's our third one now. This is number 3.
That's right.
And I guess we should introduce our guest today.
Let's do that.
We're joined with Dominic Frassard, a.k.a. Wing and Bone.
I suppose so, yeah.
Hey, Dom. How you doing?
I'm good.
So glad you could be here and join us.
I'm overjoyed. I really am. It's been a long time. It's been a strange long hibernation. I forget my musical self sometimes, but this is a lovely reminder.
Yes, yeah. Well, I have to say this has been such a fun project doing this with you, and looking forward to showing everybody the beautiful spot where we shot. And I'll just say right now, big shout out to Jeff Bonner for the videography, and Mr. Jason Kleiss for the audio, and Mr. Tyrell Jordan, aka Pickle, at Arrow Lakes for doing the mixing and mastering. Did I forget anybody?
It's Tyrell's birthday.
It's Tyrell's birthday.
Oh,
Happy
really?
birthday, Tyrell.
That's right.
Right on.
Being that this is something that's streaming on YouTube right now, if you want to chime into the chat and let us know that you're listening, where you're listening from, if you love the music, what kind of pie you love, anything that you want to throw into the chat room is just a fun way for us all to be able to engage and just know that you're out there. So yeah, that's one thing you can do. And another thing that I want to mention before we get much further is that before you tune out for the rest of the evening, do check into the Slocan Lake Arts Council website again. And if you enjoyed the show, make sure to hit the donate button. Donate what you can. It's just great to have the support so that we can continue putting on events like this and supporting our local artists.
Well, we're going to take some time a little bit later to do some Q&A, and I think what we should do right now is let's get on to the first tune. The first tune. What's the first tune there, Jay?
Dusty Wing.
Dusty Wing. Oh, this one's a good one. Before we start with this one,
not that they're not.
I gotta just tell the little story that I'm on this track, Dusty Wing.
Well, I knew that I could rely on you because you're very good at what you do, and I've been feeling terribly lonely. I think that's part of why I did the name change. Was just reinvention a little bit and feeling lonely playing music, and any opportunity, like I kind of put people in the hot seat a bit, and I think Sid in Australia would be going, "Yes, you do, sir." Just fly into Sydney and go, "We got gigs in 2 days. Haven't seen you in a couple of years."
You definitely got my nerves going a little bit because I was like, "What?"
I just knew it was going to sound beautiful and be really.
You're
joyful,
playing.
So.
You're playing on this. He play.
Yeah, and you stepped up, and I appreciate it. So.
Thank you.
I'm a little nervous seeing it though. It's been a long time. It's not like it was a nice show after several shows on the road. It was like, oh, here you are performing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a funny thing, that break and then coming back to it right away and feeling like you need to be the same as you were before.
Yeah, and all the Wing and Bone stuff was kind of, I feel a little bit like people are using it now because I put it out there and I put up a website, and then immediately, and I thought I'm going to go about things in a different way, and I had all sorts of ideas, and then immediately there was no opportunity. So there's this, yet again, after many years, my third try at a website it's there.
Yeah.
wingandbone.com, but it's just a page, and that's it, because it was like,
Because nothing's going on
Nothing's going on.
Yeah.
But it is.
Well.
But it is. Here we are.
This is the first time that you have seen this, so this is going to be new for you as well.
Yeah.
Let's play Dusty Wing. So we're on take.
So really
Nailed
think
it. You
about
nailed
this
it. It's
swinging.
just for fun.
Yeah. Right. We can just goof around a little bit more this time. See what happens.
And this is Dusty Wing take 3. Radio says it's Monday. The weather looks more like Sunday. I'm sat outside the holy house, my begging bowl in place. You lit up like a summer wing as the dust catches in a candle. You're more than I can carry, I'm more than you can handle. You might be a broken brick, you might be a rolling stone, but you shouldn't have to be alone. I took a plane to a destination where everyone was as they should be. I returned to a situation where nothing could console me. We put the pedal to the firewall, but I lost all my momentum. You were as you always had been. I was afraid of you and then some. You might be a burning bridge, you might be a link in a chain. To me, nothing to explain. Yeah, there's 3 in the bed in the morning, and everybody needs some cover. The little one in the middle is too small to say roll over. So I kiss him as he lay sleeping. You and I share a look full of knowing. There's always one of us who's coming, one of us who's going. Might be standing in a snare, might be drowning in the deep, but you shouldn't have to beg for release.
All right, we're back. Dom, what do you think?
You guys did a great job. That was very fun to play and to hear. Thank you for being there. And like honestly, even rewatching it, I'm just like it's. I feel the same way as playing with you, just not being alone. Playing just is so important. I miss you, Sid.
We talked about
Miss you, Matt.
we talked about doing more.
Mel, if you happen to be there in France.
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, is there and there's a bunch of people in Australia. You want to say hi?
Family and friends are all there, and I'm delighted to see the people that have checked in. Thank you.
And that's very special.
And hello to friends in New Denver too. The the Bardaddy clan who've recently become a clan. If they happen to be listening,
That's
congratulations.
right.
Yeah.
A legit
That's
clan.
right.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Paul and Wendy down in Rosebery, all friends I haven't seen in a long time, and Nick and Fuzzy talked to a bit, and
Yeah, nice.
Jay Buttle,
Yeah.
and many others who, love yous, and it's nice to be this side of the bump.
Nice.
It's beautiful coming through the pass. Oh my God!
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, hopefully.
It's a
This time
fine
of
autumn. It's a
year.
beautiful autumn this year. It's kind of like it's really just kind of squeezed in, and all of a sudden,
Yeah.
and the frosting just sitting there for ages with the weather still being kind of good, and
Yeah.
yeah, I had probably my most beautiful evening hunting ever of all time. I just sat up in the mountains and just looked.
Did you get it?
No.
No. It's not about that, right? It's like fishing.
It's just armed hiking.
It's not called catching. It's called hunting, not
Armed hiking.
bringing back
great.
meat.
No, not that time. No, but
Yeah.
it was worth it. It was so beautiful.
Right on.
Yeah. Well, we should cut to the pie preference maybe.
Okay.
And then we can have a conversation about your favorite pie after the pie preference.
Yes, sure.
We don't want to give it up now.
Okay.
We have a fun little segment called Pie Preference. So here it is.
Strawberry, rhubarb, blueberry, bumbleberry, pumpkin, coconut, key lime, pecan apple. Strawberry, rhubarb, blueberry, bumbleberry,
Strawberry
pumpkin,
pie.
key lime, pecan apple pie.
Yum. Yeah.
There's an important question we have to ask you, Dom.
Shoot.
As you know, this is for the Pie in the Sky series, so we have to ask you, what is your pie preference?
My pie preference is a savory pie. And when I'm in Australia, it's a tour de pie because we're a pie eating nation and I know all the best places to stop on the eastern seaboard. But if I could pick a pie, it would be a venison pie made for me by Kadesh. And she took juniper berries and wrapped them in muslin and soaked them in the broth for the pie. It was the most exquisite pie, and the venison was venison that I had procured from the forest. So yeah,
I think that's the first
I'm a meat pie
savory pie
Yeah.
that anybody's picked so far.
yeah. I don't want to turn my nose up at a sweet pie, but I like me some sweet pie.
You can live off of savory
Yeah,
pie.
I'm
though.
definitely going savory for sure.
That's a good call.
So, my favorite pie.
What do you got there, Dom?
This is the juniper infused venison pie made from backstrap from a mule deer from last year.
Oh, you brought it.
And Kadesh cooked this, and against all odds, thank you so very much for doing that. And as I said, well, I went to check and make sure, like I knew that it was intact because the pass is like this, and I was like, well, it made it. I don't think I went and looked at it before, and I described it as immaculate, and it is immaculate.
It is immaculate.
Oh.
Oh. And go this way because you got left is right and up is down and all that. Woo!
Yeah.
That looks amazing. So where does pie rank on your food?
Well, I think it's far too overlooked. Like I could probably almost live on it.
Amen.
Well, because like foods like this make me think of old it makes me think of like the Game of Thrones when who's the guy, the really rough looking guy with the burnt face and stuff, and when he's going like, I want to eat 6 chickens, when you're in an old drinking house, an old ale house or something, and pie is just really authentic. It's got everything you need, and can be sweet, can be savory. Man, oh man, we also had great pumpkin pie for the last couple of days at home too.
We've
Right here
eaten
too. That's
Ridiculous
why we
pumpkin
also
pie. Got me Kadesh again.
have-
Ridiculous pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
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 That's why we also made a savory pie for you tonight. No venison Sorry.
It doesn't matter.
But
Well,
because
this is for
we,
you.
we are over full of pumpkin pie at the moment.
Well,
So-
but pie is just such a complete food.
It sure is.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
We could talk about pie all night and probably into the morning.
That's
And
one
the
of the
other thing
reasons
that I
for why
will-
Pie in the Sky came to be, actually, I think. Because we thought people need to talk about pie. And
And
when
it's
people
universal
see
in
pie,
some way or
they want
another.
pie.
The pastry with the goodies.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
really universal. And it is just road tripping food in Australia. I love it.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, you're the first savory pie guy.
Yeah.
And that's good.
That's unique.
That is good.
Well, our viewers probably don't need to listen to us chat about pie all night long.
Yeah.
They came for the music. So the next tune that
Watertight.
is called Watertight.
I'm a little nervous about this one.
Oh,
Oh, don't be.
let's roll it.
Okay.
Yeah.
The quality of light. It's more about the faces. It's more about location than any color on a Pantone strip that's at an angle to your eye. And a breeze starts to rise, creeping like a spider bite, hoping that you're watertight. Here's a uniform tip. You can take it at a clip. Wear your heart on your sleeve sometimes. Let blood loose from your lips when every guru lets you down, and any hobo lifts you up when a statue under leaves pours a draft in your cup that puts the magic in the frame. Every line that you say, still the turn of your phrase is aloof in some way. Cause you're alone in your step. There's a strength in that, I guess, though I'd never break your stride. I wanna hear you confess if there's a bullet on your tongue, if there's a tremble in your limbs, if there's an ember in your lung, about anything.
Such a beautiful tune. Just love that tune.
Yeah.
And you said you got to join me for this one. I'm like, no, you got to do this one on your own, buddy. This is
Yeah, I actually feel good about it being on my own too. It's
yeah. Oh,
it's song I pulled back out for a couple of, well, just the last few shows I've had probably over the last,
Yeah.
couple of years. Yeah, I love it to play. And
What motivated you to bring it back?
I've got lots of songs, and part of it is the loneliness factor, and part of the loneliness factor is feeling like you're playing the same songs a lot, and especially like right now I'm just playing to the hometown, and it's, you feel like, oh god, those songs again, and so just trying to go through and go, actually that, like, out of all the songs, there's quite a few that I've played live a lot over the years, and ones that have fallen off that were really good to play live back in the day, and I've resurrected a couple and grabbed a couple that just never really saw the light of day, and then there's some that shall never see the light of day. but
So do you write some songs just for yourself? They're like therapeutic,
I think they're all therapeutic. I think that there's a handful that there's a few that were just kind of like really long time ago, and they're in the archive and they're horrible. And then there's some that are just, I'm just not really that person anymore, and and then there's some that, even some, like, I can play with as much energy and alacrity still, but like when I was like, I was beating, I put my hand through my guitar one night, just like doing a percussive bit in the middle, and I just don't play like that anymore.
Right.
It's just not something that I do. And sometimes I think of reviving those songs and maybe doing different versions of them, like, slower or something.
Right.
Or more melodic, because I feel like I was maybe a little, naive in my playing once upon a time. But it is what I was doing. I'm just saying, if anyone's going, speak up, Dom. We can't hear you out here.
Oh.
Is anyone saying that?
We can
Well,
turn
I
that-
was just checking in to see if there's anybody else that we can chat with on the.
I
But
will,
thank you to all of those. It's really, I think it's really fun that there's so many people from the.
Yeah, and thank you guys for organizing it to be tonight, so that my friends and family could see it in Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, that's such a cool, fun part of it all.
There was some snazzy changing around going, and like you were going, I'm not sure which camera was doing what when you were moving.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
cameras everywhere, and there's my butt in the way there. I'm looking there. But to answer the question, was it E Green asked? It's a Gibson Dove, 68 Brazilian rosewood, left-handed.
Yeah, it's pretty
It was
special.
My dad's guitar. I inherited from my dad, and special guitar. But
So not for sale.
yeah, you got to feed the kids, right?
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. It's a nice
Yeah.
one.
It doesn't get played that much.
It
or
doesn't.
ever.
No, it's not my go-to guitar for sure. Well, we have
one more tune.
one more tune, and then we have some credits. And if you'd like to stick around after, we could do a question and answer with Dom.
Over the feed. Don't forget to go back to the Slocan Lake Arts Council website and hit the donate button. It's all through PayPal, so it's super safe. Or if you don't want to use the PayPal thing, then you can e-transfer slocanlakeartscouncil@gmail.com.
Yeah, I'm remembering the story of when we first met.
Oh, on the
Yeah.
hill, high on the hill.
Way up on the hill, yeah. And I think I got, I don't know if you remember, but I think I got high altitude sickness because I got so sick by the end of that week. But
So we all met at Alps Alturas.
Alps Alturas is like it's a place in the mountains. Like there's nothing there but the mountains and cut blocks and craggy peaks and rivers and valleys and it's
bears.
Yeah, and it's out in the mountains. And I was thinking on the way here, I had this funny thought going through my head while I'm driving through the mountains, and I'm going, I'm not a very sophisticated person. And I thought, what is the opposite of sophisticated? And I was thinking, is it naive? And then, which made me think of the whole Alps Alturas thing, which because like always with those things, you know, I go to a thing and I'm always blown away by how good it is. I don't have low expectations at all. I just don't really. I remember I was living in a share house in Sydney, and they were like, "We're gonna have a party. We're gonna throw a party." I'm like, "Oh, cool. We're gonna throw a party. Let's make a cake, and people will come over, and we'll put some music on." Well, like everyone, they woke up in the morning of the party, and it was like there was lighting, there was costume, there was like the whole house was completely.
Full-time chef for us there.
Oh yeah, we had and so I'd never expect these things. So I get out in the car in Rosebery, and they get out of the van and they come up to me and they've got a bouquet of flowers and like a baggy thing with things for me, and it's like, do you need a drink? Do you need anything? And they put me in this truck and they drive me way up into the mountains, and everything was done.
Talk about sophisticated though.
Catered food, like.
Martine and I were in like
unbelievable.
We weren't camping, we were glamping. We had the biggest tent. It took up half of the site almost. We had a blow up mattress. And then you were like on the edge of a cliff.
Under a tarp.
I had a lean-to tarp that was literally I could lie under it.
Yeah, and oh man, that was
But it was under the stage. It was like behind the stage, and when no, drumming was Al Black came up, and that was the first time I ever heard really heard the notes and the tone of drums, because I was under the stage and it was like coming through and echoing out to where I was sitting on the edge of the escarpment there in my tent, and I could hear every note. I couldn't just hear and I remember just listening to him for like however long it was doing his drum setup, and just listening just to drums and hearing the note. The skin, just hearing the note and tone of the skin.
Fraser, when he took the electric guitar and he put his amp on the edge and blasted it off into the mountains, and he was just rocking out. That was one of the highlights. I thought that was just.
It was the largest amphitheater ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
It goes on forever.
Yeah, it's massive.
And then we'd get shuttled down to a little creek somewhere and with our instruments. But the story I wanted to say with this is you wrote a song. It was pretty recent back then. It's called Waiting.
Oh, yeah.
And we were all doing our own stuff, and we were kind of collaborating here and there. And you were playing it in the tent right by where we had breakfast. And I was listening, and I fell in love with this song immediately. I just went, oh my! You know, those times that you wish you would have wrote it yourself, because it's just so beautiful.
I've had 2 songs this week that I've gone back to that have
it's so
been like, not my songs, someone else's songs, obviously.
Yeah.
I was just like,
so I
where do you go after that?
I came beside the tent where you couldn't see me, and there's a little chair there, and I got in there and I got my guitar, and you started, and I started and just like really quietly, and I'm like, this is so, and then you're like, that sounds pretty good, Noel. Why don't you come and play that? Like, yes! That's what I want. I wanted to play that with you. And,
not being alone with it. It's just so beautiful. Now we've done it again.
Now we've done it again. So that was fun. That was, for me, in Alps Alturas, that song was my favorite song in Alps Alturas.
I'm glad. I like reassurance about that song. I get it. I've gotten a lot now, but like it's always a song that's made me feel really... Not sure.
It's a hard one.
Sure,
it's a hard one. I understand.
But it happened, and it came out, and I know where it comes from in me.
It's honest and raw, and it's you. And I think it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
I think our viewers should listen to it so they know what we're talking about.
Here's Waiting.
we'll be figuring it all out for them. You and I may look like our fathers, we may look like some ancient kin. We'll be breaking our own hearts for to heal them. There's no such thing as original sin. Now you're waiting on a light out of heaven, waiting on the sky to turn black. But they still want you doing all your waiting on your back. $50 is not a long time when you're talking about rebuilding a world. When the boys were done redrawing the borders, they said about the redrawing girls. Made you whores if you took any pleasure, made you ugly if you cut 'em no slack, made you fight for the right to be human. You get too close, they're beating you back. Now you're waiting for it all to be normal, for the big glass ceiling to crack, but they still want you doing all your waiting on your back. I hate to say it, but it's business as usual in the big bad scheme of this world. The roads are still the roads that the men built. They didn't put on there for women and girls. And I cry when I think of unlearning all this learning that we need to undo. 'Cause we're never gonna know what it would look like if it was all rebuilt by you. They still got you waiting on the face of a cover girl, on a body that they want to attack. They still want you doing all your waiting on your back.
There you go.
All right, daring moments in live television or televising.
Oh gosh.
Will my pie collapse?
Oh,
I lost a little bit there, but it's more about the size of the pie and the size of the.
That just
The
looks
thing there.
incredible.
How you feeling out there, everybody? Hungry?
Hungry?
Are you hungry?
Sid says tasty.
oh, oh my!
Oh, look at that!
Oh, that came
Holy.
out perfectly, didn't it?
Crikey! I'm eating straight out of the pan.
Yeah.
Nice. So, did you catch this beast yourself?
I did.
Wow.
That's
Good,
That means even more now.
Is anybody else out there eating pie tonight? And
Yeah, is
if-
anybody having pie?
If so, what kind of pie are you eating? We'd love to hear. I'm looking over here. But
I'm gonna see if anybody answers that.
Let's see.
I'm gonna give this a go here. Oh, it's a meaty pie. It's got.
It's amazing.
That's funny.
Yeah,
So-
nobody-
So, is this where we Q&A and things like that?
Yeah.
If anybody's
Yeah.
I'll start with one.
okay.
Worst show that you've ever played in.
You know, I was thinking about this just a couple days ago. Apart from worst shows where I've just sucked, which, you know, back in the day, but it's quite funny because back in the day I used to get nervous and I'd forget words, and I'd stop in the middle
Really?
and start again all the time.
Really?
And I had a friend who
That's
used to come with me.
my biggest
My friend Rachel used to come with me, and everybody's standing around. I'd stop, and she'd just go, "Get it together!" I'd hear it coming out, just out of the darkness with the bright lights on you. And but worst, I was thinking, when I went out to Vancouver Island on tour once some years ago, I would love to try again because I'm pretty sure there was one at one place I can't remember, a really cool venue with a recording studio upstairs, but it's like a cafe thing downstairs, and also the Duncan Garage, which is like, that's a legit joint. Like, I was excited about that, but I was nobody, and 0 people. 0 people came to both gigs.
Oh.
Like 0 people.
0. We did one with one on Galliano Island, actually.
Oh,
Well, it was
what happens out there?
my family came and one other person.
Kayaking? People are kayaking?
No, there was another show that night. But we
Everybody
did
Not
on
enough
the
people to
island
go
was
around?
at that show. Yeah.
Yeah. But I would have to say, the Langham and Caslow wasn't the worst show, but it was a very memorable show because, you know, Paul there, he gave us like $50 gift certificate to the Angry Hen. But
Just the local brew house.
which
for those
is
of you-
And you went and drank it all and got on stage?
well,
Pretty much.
well, see, when the show was done, we calculated that we wouldn't be able to hit the Angry Hen after the show, so they gave us the coupon or the certificate before, so we thought
It was only valid for the day?
That's
In our
not the
minds.
point, Tom. The point is we really wanted an IPA that day. So
I don't blame you.
I think the combination of not eating that day and yeah, it was I remember halfway through, probably
California Poppy.
Yeah, California Poppy. We're playing California Poppy, and I just stopped, and I was like, what am I doing? I don't
were
know
just
how to
wasted?
play this thing.
They're strong beers.
Yeah, it
Some
was
of them
really
are.
The
strong.
Angry Hen is super strong beers.
And Martine looks at me and goes, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I don't know what I'm doing."
In front of people?
Yeah, it was like,
It wasn't
dear.
in that tone of voice, though. No, I found it quite funny. It was,
well,
it was
we
just sort of, because I'm the violinist, I just follow.
Oh yeah, you had no foundation there.
so
So,
we restarted it, and I effed it up again. And I just said, "Okay, I'm sorry. We'll come back to this one later after the second set." And we just moved on. And it was great, and the crowd there was so great, and everybody was laughing and having.
Yeah, it's always worse for yourself. I saw Jason Isbell do it once on Tiny Desk. And that made me go, if he can do it, I can do it. Anybody can do it. Like, if Jason is, and he just kind of, and they were like, one of the people I think kind of went, "What?" And he was like, "Yeah, it wasn't working. It's not working. I'm not getting it." But he wasn't like, "Oh, like I'm not getting it," and he was like, "Yeah, I'm ballsing it up," kind of thing. And right there, Jason Isbell. Okay, I'll live.
next. Yeah.
So
It's hard though when it gets like that. You can get so lost and go down the spiral.
Oh, and then the after show is the worst. Like when you just replay that moment over and over and over and over again in your head, and you just torture yourself with it when you know that maybe you're the only human that will ever remember that particular moment in the world, in life ever again.
I didn't think of the worst shows with substances though too, because there is that. If everybody's out, if we're on the line, if we're shooting, people can just go away. We can shoot the shiz.
The shiz. Though,
So-
are there any questions on it?
One memorable one for me is one where I wasn't even supposed to play. It was my girlfriend at the time. She was doing a show. Her and this guy had this duet, and they would do like jazz standards and some groovy stuff. And it was in a small cafe in Sydney on Cleveland Street, and I smoked a joint before I went out over to watch, and I was just high. And they were like, "Dom, you want to do a song?" And I was like, "Oh no, okay, oh no, okay." And I walked I had to go in through this little gap in the kitchen to sort of get an instrument, did some little change around. You walk out to sit down. Like the room was like this big. You were in the corner, and there was a tip jar, like a glass tip jar about this high on the edge of the counter. And somehow I caught it walking out of this little narrow gap in the counter. And it went, and I was high, but it really did just come to the edge of the counter and kind of go like this. And then it fell. Boom. It was like a gallon jar, and it just went poof, and just blew glass and coins through the feet of everybody, like to the back corners of the cafe. Beat that.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's quite the entrance.
Yeah, that was not good.
What when you're not playing music, what do you do? What's your thing?
Well, listen to Colton, my 14-year-old, play. He's got all my pedals out. He's getting to be a really good guitar. He's at that age, right? He's like, you know, the next day his shoulders are bigger and his guitar playing's better and his biking's better. Like he's just his photography, everything. So, listen to him play. But my thing, I'm just busy. You know, like I'm a family guy, but I don't feel as under pressure as I have in recent years. So I'm kind of just putzing away on my house. And summer, I rode bike a lot. I mountain biked a lot this summer. Winter, I'll ski. And this time of year, I'm in the bush a lot and like hunting but you know, hiking, like just, it's funny because it really gets you in shape and you feel you just up in the mountains and you're climbing a lot. And I love this time of year, like putting the garden to bed, and it's a lot of that homesteader life kind of thing, you know, like which is just part of life here anyway.
Well, you're in the right area then.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
But I mean, that doesn't answer your question very nicely. Like for what am I doing for kicks? And I don't know. I read. Yeah, I like to read. I get up in the morning, no one's up, and I have a cup of tea and I read for a little while first thing before work. And
Lovely.
yeah, fishing was amazing this year. Discovered
go,
beautiful
right?
places. Discovered beautiful places. Yes,
Mhm.
you need to learn to fly fish.
Right. You're gonna teach me fly fishing.
Sure.
So beautiful and graceful, but yeah, I have to. I don't know the first thing about it other than you put a fly on the end.
You'll feel it.
I put flies and I troll sometimes.
It feels beautiful. It's all weighted and it's very relaxing and direct between you and the fish.
Jay, do we have any? Is there any questions there?
I don't see any questions. I see Arthur Joyce has said, "Great to see you making music again."
Oh, nice.
He remembers Noel playing the Langham show. Rick B says, "Love this show. Shout out to Dom eating pizza pie."
Excellent. Yes, that is one of the most common pies, I think.
Yeah, they're having pizza and beer over there.
Lovely.
If anybody has any questions, feel free to please do
Chime in.
or if you have a comment on any of the songs that you heard tonight or any questions. We'll give it a couple more minutes and then we'll roll some fun credits.
Yeah, and something you all should know too is that if you did love the music you heard tonight, which I'm sure you did, and you want to hear it again, or you want to share it with your friends, or you know, just keep this little token of tonight's wonderful music here, then you can check back to the Slocan Lake Arts Council website. And you'll find the videos only within the next couple of weeks or so.
Yeah,
so
they'll be
give
up.
us a little bit of time to trim things out and whatnot, but you'll be able to find this music again.
And they'll be upscale. They'll be a little higher definition, and they'll be available from Slocan Lake Arts Council website, which is slocanlakeartscouncil.ca.
That's right.
Yeah. All right.
This is the most delicious savory pie I have.
I was really hungry.
This is really good.
If my family and everybody's still there, thanks for being there. Miss everybody, and is what it is. But we're here in this. What was that art form that we were talking about that I learned from you tonight? The TLD or whatever.
Oh, the NFT.
Yeah, all this crazy digital stuff.
Yeah.
I remember when I was like the only guy playing music, had a email address and a MySpace.
Yeah.
I'm a dinosaur now. I don't even have a computer.
New age here on everything's digital now, right?
It's just neat.
There is things I I miss about the. I mean, you gotta adapt with the times, I guess, right?
Yeah.
But I'm getting a lot of enjoyment out of it too. It's just a lot of fun. Connecting with people individually. With you, we did Denise Marie, and we did Jay, and I guess we should say that we have one more. I keep looking here. I'm sorry. We have one more Pie in the Sky coming up November 20th with this local band called Vanner. You guys heard of Vanner?
No.
Gods.
Where are they out of?
They're right out of New Denver.
Actually?
Right out of New Denver.
Right out of this room right here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Gods, indeed. Like that photograph of Crop Circle,
Yes.
the band.
Any plans for a new album, Dom?
Well, Sid and I have been working on songs like every time I've gone out there since I've been here. We've done some stuff since I've been here. The Humble in the Moment album and Mountain Bike movie soundtrack, and we've done some stuff, but we've got probably 5 or 6 songs recorded, and
Oh, nice.
I mean, I'd love to. I don't know how or when or...
Well, what is an
What?
album anymore when you can just release songs? Like, really? Like,
I like to put them together as thing, and I still listen to albums, and my son thinks I'm kind of like, he'll go halfway through. He stops songs, and I'm like, just let the song
Not even
play.
the whole song.
that's
I know.
Yeah.
But radio's like that in some places. That's all you get is like you get parts of songs and stuff. It's like it's so frenetic. Like you used to get an album and sit down and put on some headphones and just
Well,
Learn
go
it.
through the album.
Yeah.
now with this, Google Play that these kids have, they say, "Hey Google, play this," and like 3 seconds later, they're like, "Hey Google, play this." Hey, and we have to tell them like every day. Could you just let a song play? Or just let it play through. You can't listen to 5 seconds of a song.
But I wonder, like, we know that. So, like when I was in school, there would be, here I go, I'm gonna go on a rant. When I was a boy,
Walk
you know, there
before you
were
snow.
a few kids who were addicted to cigarettes, the nicotine. Jay's going, you're one of the toughs. You're one of the heads out at the milk bar. Made you scared when you went in to get your Chico roll. And maybe a few who had like alcohol, and there were obviously some people who had drug issues or whatever like that. But I mean, the notion now is that it's a generation of kids who the same parts of their brain are being triggered, that they have an addiction to the digital interface. Like their brains are the same. I wonder if that's part of it, like the whole ticking it.
We held off as long as we could.
And their speed and alacrity with it is crazy.
It is
Oh, yeah.
crazy.
Those thumbs get moving. Yeah.
Yeah, like Mike, he'll rewind things like mountain bikes. He'll like, check that. Did you see that? And I was like, can you play it slower? And I'll see what you're seeing. But also he'll just go tap like this, and all of a sudden it's back. I don't even know what button he pressed. Like he's just like
Did you
like
get
he's
the-
sitting on the couch and he's just like. Poof.
Did you get the irony in what you said? You said rewind.
Well, yeah, you don't, do you?
It's not rewind.
Have you heard a song
Say
called
skip, I guess.
The Format by the Cunning Linguists?
No.
That's a great song. The Format.
Bad name.
Get it after this and have a listen through.
Sure, we'll listen to it right here.
It's a really cool song. Yep.
Awesome.
Talks about all the formats of music.
Have any more questions there?
Our last comment is they are masterpieces.
Oh, thank
I
you.
agree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they really are.
Well,
It's been really lovely to hear your music again after so many years of not hearing it. We
Yeah.
didn't have anything to take away from Alps either, so
no, we didn't.
it,
It's there somewhere.
It was there. It was just like a moment in time, and then
Mm-hmm.
it just sort of drifted away. And so it's really lovely to.
What an enormous
to have
moment.
You back.
Thank
It
you,
was
and lovely to
enormous.
be with you guys. Like when you guys showed up at the mountain
Mountain fruit. Yeah.
That was so fun, yeah.
That was just
We'll do
delightful to
this
see you
more
again, and what you've done with the songs. I'm really proud of what we made. Thank you very much. Thanks everybody for being here
Yes. Thank you for being
all
here.
around the world.
Pretty cool. Well, let's
Thank
roll
you,
some credits,
everyone.
and we'll see you on the 20th of November.
With the gods.
And it's like, you're calm now. Anything?
Yeah. Let's get a shot of those trousers. Let's get a shot. Yeah, those are good.
I was scared
Those
of
are-
purple trousers for most of my life, and then I found these. Now I just can't take them off.
Oh, they say zoo.
I'm just gonna
skateboarder brand.
just gonna keep taking trouser shots.
Totally.
This is last take of Waiting. Thank you for being here. No?
Oh yeah, anytime. We'll do it
People
again.
think that you do that because you're not
What's this?
touching.
Oh, touching. Yeah, that's
Courageous
that feels
touching.
yeah, man
Don't
to
you dare
man.
put that in there.
Here's a uniform tip. You can take it at a clip.